Good morning, all. My name is Tirumala, Tirumala, Department of Physics, TSWRDC, Bhopalpalli. So today we discuss about dielectrics in solid. So this is a paper, sixth paper, solid state physics. So what is okay? Now introduction about dielectrics means here. What is meant by dielectrics? So dielectrics are electrical insulators, just like all the electric materials are electrical insulators, and just like these are mainly used to as a storage devices, like in the form of electrical energy. That means here dielectric material is used to store the electrical energy. Okay, just like capacitor also used to store the energy in the form of voltage. Okay, now dielectrics or all the materials are actually whose materials are having the permanent dipole moment, that material called as a dielectric. So that means dipole moment is electrical dipole moment permanently, means here the net dipole moment is non-zero. That means it have a electrical dipole moment. So this type of materials in this actually dipole, how the dipole is produces. So here in this any two charges, either opposite charges, like one is a positive and negative charges, those are separated certain distance or small distance, that is called as dipole. So here you observing plus q and minus q, those are separated x distances, this is called as dipole, and dipole moment will be created between them. So how we can calculating a dipole moment? So simply the dipole moment here electrical mu e we did write here mu e is equal to q into x, nothing but mu e is nothing but electrical dipole moment. So the electrical dipole moment is equal to the product of the charge magnitude of those charges and its how much distance separated between them. That product is called electrical dipole moment, and it has a units coulomb meters, and this is a dipole moment. So like electrical dipole moment. And next here whatever means dielectric materials examples we are taking, we see this here, mica, glass, plastic, water, and polar molecules. These are all example for dielectric materials. And next, how the dipole here, the picture is shown like this. Here you observing dipole nothing but just like it is what did you remember here, this picture just like a capacitor actually, but here in center point plus is having total positive, we are indicating that is nucleus. So any atom internally the nucleus containing proton and neutron, due to that it has a positive charges. So when the external electric field is applied, so the center of the electron, okay, center of the electron actually revolving around the nucleus. So the center of the electron and center of the nucleus is actually coincide. Okay, so when external electric field is without applied electric field, those are coincide. But when electric field is applied, externally applied to the on the atom, then automatically the center of the electron and nucleus, those are separated, and positive is move towards the negative and negative charges are move towards the positive. So this phenomena called as like in this actually this is called a polarization. So here the dipole means here the positive and negative charges are separated certain distances, just like here in this picture you see this, this is a dipole. Okay, electrical dipole it is. And next we are discuss here the another term is a dielectric constant. So in the dielectrics we are calculating a dielectric constant. What is meant by dielectric constant? So the ratio of between permittivity of the medium to the permittivity of the space is defined as a dielectric constant epsilon r. Also it is called as a relative permittivity. So epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught. So the actually why we are calculating a dielectric constant? So the characteristics of a dielectric material are mainly determined the electric constant, the electric constant. So and you should observing epsilon by epsilon naught. That means here there is no units, means those are cancelled. So the relative permittivity or dielectric constant has no units. Okay, and next we go for another one, that is a susceptibility. Okay, electric susceptibility. So electric susceptibility is how to define the electric susceptibility. Actually this is denoted by xi e. So the polarization, actually the polarization vector p is proportional to the electric flux density, and it is depend on the direction of the electric field. So therefore we did write the polarization vector p bar is equal to epsilon xi e into e. So xi is nothing but electric susceptibility. Xi is equal to, we did write p bar by epsilon e. So E is an electric field and p bar is a polarization vector. So then we did write in place of p bar, so epsilon r minus 1 we substitute the value, because when you are taking the value, so then epsilon naught e epsilon into epsilon r minus 1 into e by epsilon naught e, so those are getting cancelled, and only we getting a xi e is equal to epsilon r minus 1. So that means here epsilon r is equal to xi e plus 1 or 1 plus xi e. That means we did write epsilon r is equal to 1 plus xi e. So that means you should understood the relative permittivity is equal to 1 plus xi e, electrical susceptibility. So that is the main you should relation between electrical susceptibility to dielectric constant or relativity permittivity of the material. So then we move for another, that is one is like a electric polarization. So you should observing here what is meant by electric polarization. So electric polarization, here earlier we discussed the polarization, how the electrical polarization phenomena takes place in dielectric materials. So this is nothing but the process of producing a dielectric dipoles by an electric field, applied external electric field to the atom. So that is the main the process is called a polarization. So that's why in this before slide we discuss what is that dipole. In case of dipole, what you observing, so without external field, the center of the electron and nucleus both are coincide. So when your external field is applied to the atom, automatically all charges are opposite direction moves. So that's why the opposite way the field will be created, and in this way you should observing polarization will be takes place between two plates. So that is the main electric polarization. Electrically means here by charges are moving towards opposite direction. So that's why electric polarization will be takes place in dielectrics. And due to the electric dipole, number of electric dipoles will be created. So how many electric dipoles are induced due to the applied external field, the strength of the applied external field. So that is the main we are calculating a polarizability constant. So the polarizability constant is always be that means induced dipole moment is proportional to the intensity of electric field, and the induced dipole moment per unit electric field is called a polarizability actually. So mu is always proportional to E. The mu is nothing but polarizability is always proportional to the E. That means here polarizability nothing but induced dipole moment for unit electric field. So how much strength of electric field you should apply, depending on that how many induced dipole moments will be created in the atom. So that is the main thing you should observing. So depending on strength of electric field, we calculating the induced dipole moments in the atom. So that is a polarizability we calculated. So mu is equal to alpha E, we did right. So alpha is nothing but polarizability constant. So it is alpha is nothing but polarizability constant. And another term here we discuss about electric flux density. So in the dielectric materials, the main properties we calculating, one is a xi value. Xi is nothing but electric susceptibility. Another term is electric polarization E value, and next another main important term is electric flux density. So what is meant by electric flux density? It is defined as a flux passing per unit area of a section, and when the material held normal to the direction of flux. So that is you should observing flux is nothing but number of lines of forces. Okay, electric lines of forces. So how many electric lines of forces passing per unit area of section? Okay, that is the flux density. So simply in electrostatistics you observing phi. Phi is nothing but what is that electric flux? Phi we indicating it. So phi is the same we calculating here density, flux density d value. So and you observe we did write the electric flux density d at a point in the media or in a space. In both way we calculating. So if we calculating in free space at any point, the electric flux density d value will be right d naught is equal to epsilon naught into E. So epsilon naught d naught is nothing but here we are taking a free space. Flux density we are calculating at a free space. And next at the same means we are calculating flux density in the media. So we did write a d equal to epsilon E only. So that is you should observing in both ways or in the media or in free space we calculating a electric flux density d value. Okay, and next polarization vector. Already we taking the polarization value vector p bar. So what is meant by polarization vector? So the dipole moment for unit volume of the electric material is called a polarization vector. Okay, so the dipole moment for unit volume of the dielectric material is called a polarization vector. So we did write P equal to summation over I equal to 1 to n Qi Xi by V. V is called a volume for unit volume calculating, and here you are observing a dipole moment. Dipole moment mu E. We did write already in the earlier slide. Mu E is equal to Q into X. Okay, but here I equal to 1 to n indicating means here n number of induced dipoles moments will be created due to external applied field in the atom. So how many induced dipoles will be created in the atom? For n number of dipoles moments, we totally calculating a dipole moment. For unit volume we should take in P equal to that is we did write I equal 1 to n Qi Xi by V. So this is the polarization vector. Okay, and types of dielectric materials. Okay, now you should observing there is a lot of dielectric materials available in our we have. So dielectric materials can be actually in the form of solid, liquid or gas. Dielectric all means here in solid, in liquid, in gas we have dielectric materials. We see the different dielectric materials. So when you are taking a high vacuum can also be used as a dielectric material. High vacuum means here in case of what is that hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen and air also acts as a dielectric material. So in a gas, in case of liquid, in the form of liquid, in the form of solid, we see the number of dielectric materials as examples. So solid dielectric materials are mostly common use like a glass, rubber, mica, etc. In case of liquid dielectric materials, the transformer oil or cable oil, capacitor oil or vegetable oil. So the oil in the form of liquids. So we are taking dielectric materials as example like transformer oil, cable oil, capacitor oil, vegetable oils. And gaseous. In case of gaseous, the dielectric materials are used for both as insulators and also as a cooling agents. So these are the main example. Here you are taking insulators and both as a cooling agents. So in case of gases, so what are the example for dielectric materials? Like in case to both cases, we are taking air, hydrogen, nitrogen, helium, sulfur dioxide, propane, methane, etc. So these all materials acts as a cooling agents and insulators as a dielectrics. Okay, so these are types of dielectric materials. So but when you are called as a good dielectric material, in which material acts as a good dielectric, what are the properties it have? So you see here when you call as a good dielectric material as a good, so definitely it have a high resistivity to reduce the leakage current, and definitely it should have a high dielectric strength, and also it have high mechanical strength, and also it have high fire resistance, and also it have low thermal expansion and high thermal conductivity, and it have a definitely it have a low dielectric loss value will be very low, and low water absorption quality. So these are which materials are showing these all properties, that material is called a good dielectric material. Okay, so and applications of dielectric materials also there. All dielectric materials are just like we are used in made of capacitors and transformers and polymorphic films, here you are observing microstructure dielectric thin film, in this, that means here dielectric materials are mainly used to when making of polymorphic films, like in this we are using dielectric materials. Okay, so this is dielectric materials. Here we discuss total dielectric properties and its applications.